What you are about to hear comes from a book called Supernature. And Supernature is about the phenomena of time. Now, when we speak of time, we are really referring to the idea or the concept. And time as such does not exist. And what we think of is really the material consequence or the sensible effects of that impression. For instance, in certain schools of psychoanalysis, there is a belief in the unconscious. And the unconscious, of course, has no objective reality. It cannot be weighed or measured. It's not like calcium or hemoglobin. And yet this assumption allows us to think much more fruitfully about how the human psyche functions in life. Similarly, in certain of the great religions, particularly the aniconic or the monotheistic religions, there is a belief in an absolutely dominant and potential force in the cosmos, a force that both expresses and sustains the universe. And this force is, of course, invisible. Yet the belief allows us to exist much more successfully as conscious and moral creatures. So when we are speaking about the origins of time, what we're actually referring to are not something that is temporal but spatial. That is, time is caused by the movement of massive bodies through space that cast shadows onto surfaces. And it is this repeated fluctuation of shadow, day and night, the bright and the dark halves of the lunar month, the cold and the warm divisions of the year, and metaphorically speaking, even life and death itself. It is this fluctuation that we refer to when we speak of time as an effect or an event. Now, we all know what a unicorn is, and many of us have seen pictures or paintings or even sculptures of unicorns. Unicorns, of course, do not exist. They are creatures that are supernatural. They exist beyond or above or outside of the world of nature. So let us look at these poems then in terms of their poetics and in terms of their particular elements of poetry, and see how it is that these aesthetics of time possess an efficacy that causes us to conceive of or visualize certain images, and how it is that these images cause us to experience emotion.